You are putting in the work, you are eating clean, never miss a workout, and you are consistent and expecting your body to finally change. But your progress has simply stopped. Your muscles are not growing, and you look pretty much the same as you did 1 year ago. Sound familiar? Okay, today I'm exposing the 4 training mistakes that are actually sabotaging your muscle growth, backed by science as well as my own experience. And the worst part, you probably don't even know that you are doing it. And if you got value out of the video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And let's start with mistake number 1, chasing the pump instead of pushing to near failure. But here's the truth, the pump feels good temporarily, but it is actually not the primary driver of muscle growth. You just need to ensure that you are actually training to near failure. I'm not saying completely to failure. And by doing that, progressive overload is sorted. And now the question is, how many reps shy from failure is considered close to failure? I would say somewhere between 1 to 2 reps in reserve. The pump is actually caused by blood rushing to your muscles during exercise. It is actually a temporary fluid accumulation. It feels productive, yeah, absolutely. But if you are not actually pushing close to your muscular limits, you are not creating enough stimulus for growth. That is for sure, man. The pump will still happen when you train hard, yes, for sure. But that becomes a byproduct of effective training, not the goal itself. Mistake number 2, training with too little intensity. This mistake is the absolute silent killer of progress. You are leaving 5 to 6 reps in the tank, man. You are not pushing yourself simply because you don't want to feel too tired, or maybe you are scared of going to failure. Like really? But here's the truth, bro. If you are not training with sufficient intensity, you are basically just going through the motions. You might as well be at home watching TV, man. Performing sets at too low level of intensity, for example, 4 or 5 RIR, is not effective nor challenging for maximizing muscle growth. RIR is reps in reserve, meaning how many reps you could have performed with good form. Here is what the rep in reserve scale looks like, man. 5+ reps in reserve, that means it is too easy. Leaving 5+ reps in the tank is not considered a working set, man, at least for me. Now 3 to 4 reps in reserve, that means moderate challenge. 1 to 2 reps in reserve, it is very challenging. This is what is considered close to failure. It is optimal for hypertrophy for most sets. 0 reps in reserve, this is what is called muscular failure. It is very effective, but also fatiguing. And here is my recommendation for reps in reserve as being effective for muscle growth. 0 reps in reserve for the last set of each exercise. 1 to 2 reps in reserve for most working sets. So ask yourself after every set, could I have done 3 to 4 more reps with good form? If the answer is yes, easily. You didn't push hard enough, man. Now someone might ask and say, don't you think that is too fatiguing and might lead to overtraining? If that is the case and you are afraid of that, then lower your volume and push harder, man, because you don't need volume as much as you need intensity for muscle growth. Bottom line. Now, as I already said, you don't really need to push to opposite failure on each and every set, but you do need to get close, man, and that's it. The key takeaway is just stop being comfortable in your workouts, and that's it. If every set feels easy, you are not training. You are just moving weights, man. A study in PMC from Peer G by Plotkin and colleagues comparing 2 groups. One group aimed to increase load while keeping repetitions constant, while the second group aimed to increase repetitions while keeping load constant. They found that both progressions of repetitions and load appear to be viable strategies for enhancing muscular adaptations over an 8-week training cycle, man. And that means no difference whatsoever. And this brings me to the next mistake. The mistake that actually keeps people looking the same all year round. And anecdotally speaking, this is the most powerful muscle growth driver of all, whether you believe it or not. The one principle that actually builds muscle, period. And I'm talking about mistake number 3, ignoring progressive overload. You do the same weights for the same reps for the same number of sets. Month after month, year after year. You show up, you go through the motions, and then you leave. Let me tell you, bro, if the stimulus never changes, your body has zero reason to adapt and grow. Bottom line, progressive overload simply means gradually increasing the demands placed on your muscles, because your body actually gets adapted by getting stronger and bigger, but only if you consistently give it a reason to. Okay? Here are the practical methods to implement systematic progressive overload. Method number 1, adding weight. Let's say you are doing bench press 185 pounds for 10 reps for 3 sets this week. Next week, 190 pounds for 8 to 10 reps for 3 sets. Keep progressing until you hit 190 pounds for 10 reps. Then add more weight. Method number 2, adding reps. Let's say you are squatting 225 pounds for 8 reps for 3 sets this week. Next week, try 225 pounds for 9 reps for 3 sets. Keep adding reps until you hit 225 pounds for 10 to 12 reps, then increase weight. Method number 3, adding sets. Let's say you are currently doing dumbbell overhead presses 30 pounds for 10 reps for 3 sets of an exercise. Next week, 30 pounds for 10 reps plus adding a 4th set. This method gradually increases total volume over time. So this method of adding sets, I would actually keep it as the last option for progressive overload. So as your volume increases, as well as you are pushing yourself to near failure each and every time, that actually puts a ton of stress on your muscular as well as your nervous system. So be cautious about that. Countless studies have demonstrated that progressive overload is the key to muscle and strength gains, man. It is the king of all strength training principles. As we saw in the previous research, it shows both load and repetition progressions produce similar increase in muscle size, meaning both are sufficient for maximizing hypertrophy in short to medium-term cycles. The non-negotiable rule is track every workout in a notebook or app. Write down exercises, weight, reps, and sets, and each time try to beat last week's numbers in some way. If you are not tracking, you are not progressing. That simple. And mistake number 4 might be the most counterintuitive mistake, but it is absolutely destroying people's progress: ignoring rest days. Some people might actually think that rest days are actually for weak people. You are training every single day because that is what it takes to be dedicated, bro. You feel kind of guilty to take a day off because you think that you are going to lose your gains. No, bro. Here's the shocking truth. You are actually preventing muscle growth by not resting. That simple. So the more often you train to near failure or failure, the harder it becomes to optimize your volume as well as your training intensity to actually maximize muscle and strength gains. Here is what actually happens when you rest. Your central nervous system recovers from training stress. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone are restored. Glycogen stores are replenished. Microscopic muscle damage, which is caused by weightlifting, is repaired and rebuilt stronger. So if you have a training plan, back-to-back training days, just make sure that you are alternating muscle groups so you have at least 48 to 72 hours of rest. Here is a sample of a 4-day split with proper rest. And this is just an example, man, and does not necessarily apply to your personal goals, okay? Monday, push, chest, shoulders, triceps, and so on. Tuesday, lower body. Wednesday, rest day. Thursday, pull, like back, biceps, rear delts. Friday, lower body. Weekend, rest days, man. This gives each muscle group 48 to 72 hours to recover between sessions while still training 4 days per week, man. I think I'm talking about the importance of recovery in every single video, man. And remember, your muscles don't grow in the gym. They actually grow during recovery. Now, alright, let's wrap everything up with the key takeaways. Here are the 4 deadly training mistakes. Number 1, chasing the pump instead of proximity to failure. To fix it, never think that pump is the driver of muscle growth. Number 2, not training with enough intensity. To fix it, train 0 to 2 reps from failure on working sets. 3. Ignoring progressive overload. To fix it, track workouts and add weight or reps every single week. 4. Skipping rest days. To fix it, train 3 to 5 days per week with 48 to 72 hours rest between muscle pulls, man. The bottom line, proper intensity combined with progressive overload and adequate recovery is the formula that actually works. So stop making these 4 mistakes and implement the corrections, and I promise you will see more results in 3 to 6 months than you have ever seen in 1 year. Now, if this video actually opened your eyes to mistakes that you have been doing and helped you understand how to build muscle, smash that like button and subscribe for more content. And if you'd like to watch the 4 dieting mistakes that are actually hindering your progress, I would highly recommend you watch this video, man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.